A sitting chief minister jailed, a legal battle that gripped the nation, and now, a stunning conclusion. A Delhi court has thrown out the entire Delhi liquor policy case, discharging Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia, and 21 others. A judge delivered a blistering verdict, calling the investigation mere conjecture.
हमेशा कहता था कि भगवान हमारे साथ है। मोदी जी ने और अमित शाह जी ने मिलके आजाद भारत का सबसे बड़ा राजनीतिक षड्यंत्र रचा। आम आदमी पार्टी को खत्म करने के लिए आम आदमी पार्टी के सबसे बड़े 5 नेताओं को जेल में डाल दिया गया।
So, how did a case that dominated headlines and led to the arrests of Delhi's most powerful politicians just evaporate? Today, we are breaking down the court order that demolished the CBI's investigation and exploring what this political earthquake really means. The story so far: how did we get here? To understand this verdict, we have to rewind. It all started in 2021 with a new liquor policy designed to modernize Delhi's liquor trade by privatizing retail. But it quickly blew up. In July 2022, Delhi's chief secretary alleged procedural lapses and undue benefits to license holders, leading the lieutenant governor to recommend a CBI probe. The CBI filed its case in August 2022, naming then Deputy CM Manish Sisodia as the main accused. The core allegation was a conspiracy. A South group of politicians and businessmen allegedly paid 100 crore rupees in kickbacks to AAP leaders. In return, the CBI claimed the policy was rigged to give these players a massive 12% profit margin, with half of that supposedly funneled back to AAP. The AAP government scrapped the policy, but the investigation steamrolled ahead, becoming a full-blown political war. A series of high-profile arrests followed, culminating with Manish Sisodia in February 2023, who spent over a year in jail. The saga peaked in June 2024, when the CBI arrested sitting Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. Throughout it all, the AAP maintained the case was a political vendetta, insisting their innocence. The verdict deconstructed why the case crumbled. And then, on February 27, 2026, the truth, as AAP saw it, came out. A special judge didn't just free all 23 accused. He systematically demolished the CBI's case in a nearly 600-page judgment, calling it a scathing indictment of the investigation itself. The judge's core finding was clear. The prosecution's story of a grand conspiracy failed judicial scrutiny. So why did the case crumble? First, the court found the charge sheet was riddled with internal contradictions and misleading claims that weren't backed by evidence. It was a house built on a cracked foundation. Second, the judge slammed the CBI's reliance on approvers accused people who testified against others. The court ruled that much of their testimony was inadmissible hearsay, and that the agency failed to independently verify their claims. You can't build a case on the unproven words of people trying to save themselves. Third, and most importantly, the court found zero evidence of a quid pro quo. There was no proof that Kejriwal or Sisodia exchanged policy favors for kickbacks. The judge noted the policy went through a proper government process, and just because a policy is criticized, that doesn't make it a crime. For Manish Sisodia, the court found nothing on record to show his involvement. For Arvind Kejriwal, the judgment was blunt, stating he was dragged into the case without any cogent material. In an incredibly rare move, the court went even further, ordering a departmental inquiry against the lead CBI officer for the sloppy investigation and for framing the accused without sufficient evidence. The aftermath, and what's next? The verdict sent a tidal wave through the political landscape. For the Aam Aadmi Party, it was pure vindication. A tearful Arvind Kejriwal called it the biggest political conspiracy in the history of independent India. This verdict is rocket fuel for AAP, reinforcing their narrative of being victims of vendetta politics. For a party built on clean governance, it's a resurrection of their core identity. But the legal roller coaster isn't over. The CBI has already challenged the discharge order in the Delhi High Court, arguing the trial judge overlooked key evidence. So while Kejriwal, Sisodia, and the others are free for now, the fight moves to a higher court. The shadow of this case hasn't completely disappeared. This is an extraordinary turn of events. A massive corruption case that jailed a chief minister has been dismantled at the first hurdle. The court didn't just cite a lack of evidence, it delivered a stinging rebuke of the entire investigative process. The verdict drives home a fundamental principle. Suspicion and political noise are not proof. A criminal case requires a foundation of solid evidence, which the court found was simply not there. This is a monumental victory for the Aam Aadmi Party. But with the CBI's appeal now filed, the final chapter has yet to be written. The case also raises serious questions about the credibility of our nation's top investigative agencies and their role in political battles. What do you think? Is this a triumph for justice, or just a temporary setback for the investigation? Let us know in the comments. And if you found this breakdown useful, please like this video and subscribe KanoonPlus for more deep dives with Adv Ravi Kumar. Thanks for watching.
Friends, don't forget to share your views in the comment box and subscribe to KanoonPlus channel.